Hello traders and welcome to this session. This is the Good Rush Daily today, and we are looking at today being the first day of the month of October, the first day of Q4. So in terms of high impact news, we are looking at the ADP non-farm employment change, and also the ISM manufacturing PMI, which will be 3:15 and 5 p.m. Consecutively or respectively, right? So those are the high impact news that we are looking at in terms of the USD. So apart from these, we're also talking about the US government shutdown, whereby we saw the Congress failed to agree in terms of funding for the US government. But I'll not talk more about that because I'll do a video specifically based on that, what you're anticipating, etc., etc. But for the purpose of this particular recording, this particular session, we are going to look at the dollar index, and what you need to understand is that what needs to be at the back of your mind is the government shutdown. Basically, what the implication might have on the dollar index is that we might be able to see a weaker dollar index, right? So, and with that in play, therefore, we still have our technicals levels marked well for the dollar index. So we are seeing yet another in terms of the monthly chart, we are seeing the last month, that is the month of September, closing very, very, we can say closing in a very indecisive manner because we are seeing this is a doji candlestick. We are seeing top wicks, long wicks at the top, long wicks at the bottom, and therefore these suggest indecisions. Okay, so the price was able from this particular point, you can see the price precisely was able to break below that. This is the monthly time frame, remember, and so we continue seeing a very bearish sentiment here for the dollar index, even from the monthly time frame. If you look at it from the weekly time frame, these are the same sentiments that we are seeing here. The price um, breaking below that, then reacting back again on that particular zone. We can see the price coming to retest that zone, and so we are looking at we were looking at a potential bullish week this week because we had started seeing some bullish sentiment. Looking at the previous week, but one closing as a doji, I mean as a pin bar, bullish pin bar. Then last week was a bullish, so we are expecting the bullish to continue. But now with the US government shutdown, we are seeing the weakness or the weakness of the dollar index. So we were looking at this trend line here, which was broken. We had a very nice trend line here on the daily time frame, which was broken, and now the price has come back to that particular point. Apart from the trend line, we are also looking at this particular level where we have the order block, because we saw the price as it was pushing up, it created a BOS at this particular point. So what next? This is the level that we are looking at, and we might have or we might see the price reacting on these levels. But the moment we break these levels, then we'll be talking about the price pushing again all the way down to these levels. Okay, so we'll be looking at the price and maybe probably checking out the liquidities here once this level is taken out, because you are anticipating a weaker dollar guided by the sentiments, the US government shutdown, what we currently have. So at this particular point, what we are seeing, this is a key point that we need to look at for the prices, because we might be able to anticipate some reactions of prices from this particular level. As you can see, we are seeing some potential rejection, but these maybe probably I might say they're just but pullbacks. So what will really determine whether maybe probably we are going to see a strong dollar again is once we see the price break above these levels. So these are the levels that we are looking at. Maybe once the dollar index comes to this place, we might be able to see the continuation of this bearish sentiment here, because you're seeing the price creating lower lows and lower highs. So, and a break below this level now will usher us into even more bearish sentiments. Okay, once we see the price break below this level, we might go into more bullish sentiments. Remember, what really matters especially when we have the dollar index, we might be able to see two scenarios in the dollar index, and that's what we are calling. We might be able to see. with the dollar index, we might be able to see maybe probably some kind of mixed reactions, okay? Because the dollar index could weaken slightly if the markets see the shutdown as a political dysfunction, or because this leads now to loss of investors' confidence. On the other side, during global uncertainties, we have seen sometimes the USD strengthening as a safe haven as well. So the direction will basically depend on whether the investors will depend on whether the investors are seeing the shutdown as a minor noise or maybe probably as a sign of deeper instability. Okay, so we might be able to see mixed reactions with the dollar index, and the reason why it's always good to stay alert in terms of the technical levels that we are looking at, because that is what again is going to really guide us. Remember, the technicals really play a critical role as well in the financial markets, especially the forex markets. All right. So that is the dollar index. We are looking at the bearish sentiments. These are the buying levels. So remember, from the 4-hour time frame. We have drawn this level from the 4-hour time frame. So this is the bigger level from the 4-hour time frame, and this is the level that we are anticipating to see whether the price is going to reject or maybe probably it's going to break below. All right, so that is the dollar index. So when you look at gold, we have been seeing bullish prices, and allow me to begin from the higher time frames. So let me delete these. We go to the monthly. So with no doubt, we have been seeing bullish sentiments here on the monthly time frame. You can see it's a strong bullish monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, also we are seeing quite some strength here of gold, and with these what's happening around about the US government shutdown, so we are anticipating even more strong dollar, because I mean more strong gold, because gold is regarded as a safe haven, especially in times of uncertainties. All right. So we also have other traditional safe havens like the JPY, the CHF, which are also regarded as traditional safe havens. But gold is the one that most of the investors likely tend to be attracted to so much. Okay, so when you look at the daily time frame, we are also seeing quite bullishness after the price came to this level, and the price was able to break below above this particular wedge that we had here. This was the bullish wedge that the price was able to break above that. So we are seeing here some bullish sentiment. So this is the first level on the daily time frame. In case the price retraces to this level, about 37.80, right? 37.80. That's where I'll be looking maybe probably for some potential buying opportunities. I really anticipated the price to reach there yesterday, but it wasn't. It just tested the 3800 levels, and then we saw the price again pushing higher, of course, due to the build-up of the sentiments that we had yesterday. So when we come to the 4-hour time frame, again now we see the price really pushing higher, so we can minimize this level maybe to some point there. Also, we can have this level minimized to this particular point. So this is the first zone of interest that we are looking at here from the 4-hour time frame. That is 37, about the 37 87 levels, which have the 780 levels, which have been able to basically minimize in terms of looking at potential buying opportunities. Okay, so if you look at what the price is currently doing here, we have about 4 minutes for the 4-hour candle to close, and definitely we are going to have higher chances that we are going to have a BOS take place here, and therefore, if that happens, therefore it means that the entire of this candle now will be our candle of focus, because that will be our bullish order block. Okay, so what we do now is on the 1-hour time frame, now we minimize the risk, and we mark it from the 1-hour time frame. So again, from the 1-hour time frame, this is a key level that we'll be looking at for potential buys. That's around 38.20 levels. Okay, so again, we can be able to see this 1-hour engulfing candlestick, because the price opened, then we saw the manipulation. So if you look at it in terms of power 3, this is the opening of the price, then we have the consolidation, then the manipulation, and now what the price is doing is the distribution. It's on the distribution phase. Okay, so we might be able to see maybe the price, in case the price pulls back to these levels about 38.63, we might be able to anticipate some buying opportunities as well, because what the price has done here, we have seen also break of structure on the 1-hour time frame. So if we push slightly low on the daily time frame, on the 15 minutes time frame, basically this is the time frame that we look for entries. And also you can even go to the 5 minutes time frame in case the risk on the 15 minutes time frame is a bit the levels are a bit huge. So you can see we are bullish here, and what I'll be looking at is the price coming to these particular levels, and these are the levels that I'll be looking at in terms of buying opportunities. Okay, in terms of buying opportunities. So these are the levels to look at. So what I'm looking forward to, of course, maybe today we in just maybe probably London session or the New York session, we are not far away from 3900 levels. Because already it has reached the 3895 levels. So the next level you are looking at is the 3900 levels. And we are not far away also from the 4000 levels. Okay, so we are talking about Q4 anticipating the price to reach the 4000 levels, the price of gold to reach 4000 levels. And probably in case the uncertainties continues, we might be able even to clock 5000, maybe, probably by the end of the year or maybe early 2026, right? So bullish prices here. Every dip here is an opportunity for you to look at some buying opportunities, to look for buying opportunities. Of course, being aware of what is happening around the financial markets, because gold is so receptive on the fundamentals. So it's also good to research around and know what is really happening around, how that information is likely to impact the price of gold, and therefore you're able to position yourself accordingly. All right. So with that, I wish you a fruitful day. Make sure you remain focused, you remain disciplined, and it's always important to trade with purpose.